let's unbox my new SurfPrep Sander and we will test it out and I'll talk about it a little bit. So what is in the box? Let's find out. Before the big reveal, I do want to mention that SurfPrep did send me this sanding kit in exchange for some content, but some of the other SurfPrep products you'll see later on in this video I did previously own. And just to give you a quick look at how this arrives, this was the first time I pulled it out of the box. It's packed nice and snug, and I'll talk a little bit more about which sander this is. This is the SurfPrep 6-inch 3/16 Orbital Sander, and I'm super excited to test this out. I also got the kit here, which comes with basically a bunch of samples of all of the different sandpaper that they have. I want to give you a quick close-up of the sandpaper that came with the kit. You do not have to purchase the kit. You can purchase just the sander, or you can purchase their sandpaper for any type of sander as well. This is the Pro Foam, and it comes in different thicknesses and different grits. I love the Pro Foam. I use it all the time. And then they also include variety packs of their other sandpapers as well, and that's the great thing about getting the kit is you can test them all out and figure out what works best for you, what you like best, and what you may want to purchase more of in the future. And then I've never tried these woven discs before, and I'm really looking forward to trying those out. So just a great way to test out all of the different papers they offer. If you're familiar with the work that I do these days, you're probably questioning why I need a giant, super aggressive 6-inch sander. And that is a completely fair question. These days, I do a lot of art pieces, and a lot of them are smaller scale. But I actually, and I'll show you my sandpaper stash, I actually haven't used a 5-inch orbital sander in many years now. I've had several different sanders, so hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys an honest opinion on this one. I already have a feeling I'm going to love it. But prior to this, I had a Mirka sander, and it recently stopped working on me. So I was super spoiled with that, and I felt like I could not downsize. And once again, I had the stash of 6-inch paper. So if you are looking at investing in one of these, I don't see why you couldn't go with the 5-inch. That's, industry standard when it comes to orbital sanders. But given that I've used a 6-inch sander for so many years now, I knew that I just wanted to stick with that size. And even if currently my business is more so making smaller art pieces, I have a lot of hardwoods stashed away, and I know that the day is going to come where I'm going to be happy that I went with the big one. So let's just go ahead and test this out. I'll talk a little bit more about it, and then you guys can decide if a SurfPrep is right for you. I already have a SurfPrep dust extractor, so I hooked it up to that for right now. I also have a Festool vacuum. I might end up hooking it up to this one, but we'll see. I may leave it on this one. I actually have the splitter here as well, so if you have two different sanders, you can run both of them, or if you do have a Festool or a different kind of vacuum, the hoses are typically pretty much universal. The SurfPrep is really, really snug on this. I'm actually scared it's going to stretch it out even, but a nice snug fit is nice because then you're not going to get any leaks. So if you've already got a vacuum, it should fit on the Festool hose. I have to look. I can't remember what specific vacuum mine is now, but should fit. But if you reach out to SurfPrep and ask and tell them what kind of vacuum you have, they're very, very helpful with that. I remember that when I got my first SurfPrep sander, I hadn't had the vacuum yet, but I do recommend using some type of vacuum because it is like virtually dust free. I have almost no dust when I'm sanding at all. Highly, highly recommend some type of dust extractor with the sander, whether you go with theirs or not. This is a piece of olive wood that I actually needed to sand for a custom order that I'm working on, so I figured this is the perfect place to start. So I just started at 80 grit, and you can control the speed on the sander, which is another great thing about this, and I'm just trying it out for the first time. The best thing about this sander is how aggressive it is, but it doesn't feel aggressive when you're using it. So it's taking a lot of material off quickly, but you're not experiencing a ton of vibration while you're working with it. So it's actually really versatile because it's so smooth to work with. Even though I'm doing a lot of smaller scale stuff right now, it's going to sand this little walnut piece up for me super quickly, but if I ever decide to finally tackle the giant walnut slab in my basement, it's going to be great for that too, because it's actually built to sand large tabletops for long periods of time. And I'm not sure if you can actually tell, but this olive wood did have some pretty rough spots that cleaned up really, really quickly. Of course, I couldn't leave you hanging without trying out the Pro Foam paper, and it is perfect for any type of curved or rounded over edge or like this live edge here. I was really impressed with how quickly this softened this right up. I admit I've actually had some of the ProFoam sanding discs for a while, and for whatever reason, I didn't use them very often on my previous orbital sander. I use them all the time on my SurfPrep 3x4 sander, so maybe that's why they just weren't the first thing I reached for when I would use my orbital sander. But I'm going to be making a point of using these now because I was really excited with how smooth this went. This is obviously just first impressions because this was the first time I used it, but I've been using this one for about 2.5 years now. So I pretty much knew I was going to love this sander. And of course, I have no complaints. It's awesome. It's smooth. It's lightweight. It's actually not really a whole lot heavier than this little guy. And I use this little guy all the time. I am basically obsessed with it. But when it comes to an orbital sander, if you are thinking about purchasing one of these, I know you're probably thinking, is it really worth the price? And I'm a big advocate of you get what you pay for. I don't think that you can go wrong purchasing something like this. I don't think that you'll regret it. I know that it's a big expense, but the difference in one of these and a standard orbital sander is amazing. Once you use something like this, you will never want to touch that cheap orbital sander again. And one of the biggest reasons is how smooth and how little vibration there is. Again, this sander looks big, but it's really lightweight, and you could sand huge tables for long periods of time, and you're not going to get that pain from all of the vibration through your arm. And like I said in the beginning, I've used a lot of different sanders, so I know how that feels when after a while you start to just hurt from the vibration that really just goes all the way up your arm. So if that's something that you're looking to avoid, I highly, highly recommend one of these. So if you guys are in the market for one, if you want to purchase one, I will put my affiliate link down below, and I've got a discount code for you so you can save a little. And if you have any questions about these at all, let me know. I'm happy to help. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will definitely be sharing more about this coming up.